Hello my sweet friends and welcome to the vlog. Today I genuinely still don't even know what I'm going to title this video, but we are just having like a full-on productive bookish day slash weekend. I have a lot of like bookish related things that I need to get done. I need to do a book unhaul. I need to go to the library and do some library book shopping. I'm going to have a big book haul. I need to update my reading journal. I also need to make a new TBR jar for fall. So we've got a lot of things going on in today's video. First things first, I'm going to take some books over to Half Price Books, unhaul them, maybe even look around a little bit and see what's there. I'm trying not to buy any books. I told myself I had to read 15 books off of my physical TBR before I bought any more books. So I think I'm only like 3 books into that 15. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I have a stack of about 10 books that I do need to get rid of. So I'm going to finish getting dressed, get ready to go, and then I'll meet you at Half Price Books. We made it to Half Price Books. I do have my big tote of books that I'm unhauling. I'm not gonna go through all of them because there is quite a bit, but most of these books are just ones that I've read and I didn't love, or ones that I've had on my shelf for a very long time that I just don't think I'm going to read. I don't know, I feel like lately my book taste has been changing a little bit. I honestly don't even know what I like anymore. I feel like I just get in these moods where I just want like a specific genre and then I binge that genre for a little bit and then I don't want to read it anymore for a while and then I like move on to something else. And it's just a cycle that like keeps repeating. So right now I am back in my like mystery thriller era. I read so many fantasies lately and I think I'm just kind of like over that right now. So I need things that are a little bit more mysterious, fast paced. I don't know. I am gonna look around just to see like what's new. Also see if there's anything that I like haven't heard of that sounds pretty good. I'm really trying to get all of my books from the library now. Don't get me wrong, I love a good book shopping day, but I also feel like for a while I was really just doing like book shopping videos because I knew that like they performed really well and I know that you guys really like seeing like bookstore, book shopping vlogs. But if I'm being completely honest, it's overconsumption. It really is. I know that book shopping and book reading are 2 separate hobbies. I am definitely guilty of that. But I don't know, like as I transition into kind of like a new period in my life, like becoming a wife, me and Danny are talking about like when we kind of want to start trying for a family. I just can't be spending money the way that I used to, nor do I want to. I have my Kindle, I have Kindle Unlimited, I have my library. Like I would rather use the resources that I already have for books instead of kind of like feeding into that overconsumption of buying books way faster than I could ever read them. No judgment though to the people who are continuing those like big book shopping vlogs. Truly love that for you. I just feel like again with the phase of life that I'm in, it just doesn't really make sense for me anymore. So I'm trying to avoid that. And I do just have way too many books on my physical TBR that I really need to get through before I buy any more. So we are going to take these in. Whatever cash I do get for these books, I will either put in my little book bank or I'll just save up in general. I really also want to get a new vlog camera, so I'm kind of saving up for that, but we'll see if I find anything that I just absolutely need. I know I do really want to get The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. I've been waiting to read that one until kind of like later in the fall when the weather cools down a little bit more. I know you guys have been asking me if I've read it or if I'm going to read it, and yes, I am. I just don't know when. Probably like late November. So let's go get rid of these and see what fun stuff Half Price Books has.
Skeletons living in my chest. I feel my feelings way too strong. Wish that you could turn a heart off. Made of glass and they always crack. I wish that I could make it stop. Wish that you could turn a heart off. Think I'm tired of being broken. Thinking love is just a waste of time. The higher that I'm hoping, the quicker that I fall. And I guess I want it to be easy, but it's never ever easy. I always end up let down.
So over at Half Price Books, I did look around. I did find some fun new releases. That Harry Potter book I literally want so bad, but I didn't end up actually getting anything. So now we are at the library. I do have one book to return, and then there's nothing like super specific I'm looking for. I do really want to find some like spooky season books, except for I don't want anything like too scary. I'm definitely not going to read any like horror or anything, but I do just want like the spooky vibes. So I'm just going to look around, browse around, around, see what they have. I love just browse, like book shopping my library, because I feel like I always find stuff that you don't find like in bookstores. And I'm really gonna try and not look up the Goodreads rating for every single book, because I do just like want to read books because they look interesting, but also like I really need to know if I'm gonna get into something that has like under 3 stars, you know? Like I don't want to waste my time with specific books, but I also don't want the average rating to deter me from like reading it or not. So we're just gonna have a nice little browse, see what I can find. I'm very excited because I've been wanting to go book shopping for a while, but again, just do not want to actually like spend money on books right now. So I'm very, very excited to get a big book haul from the library. I sincerely apologize if you can hear a very loud truck and machinery going. They turned off our water for the day. They're doing some I don't know what's happening, but there is very loud machinery outside. But anyway, we did get back from the library and I got a big stack of books. So we're gonna go through them together. The first one I got is One for My Enemy by, is it Olivie or Olivie Blake? Someone please let me know. This one I feel like I've seen quite a bit. I believe it is a fantasy romance. It says, in modern-day Manhattan, where we lay our scene, 2 rival witch families fight to maintain control of their respective criminal empires. On one side, there's the Antonova sisters, and then on the other side, there's the influential Fedorov brothers, and they serve their crime boss father. After 12 years of tenuous coexistence, a change in one's family interest causes a rift in the existing stalemate. When bad blood brings both families to the precipice of disaster, fate intervenes with a chance encounter, and in the aftershocks of a resurrected conflict, everyone must choose a side. As each of the siblings struggles to stake their claim, fraying loyalties threaten to rot each side from the inside out. If, that is, the enmity between empires doesn't destroy them first. I feel like I've heard mixed things about this, but I wanted to just get it and maybe give it a chance, maybe read the first chapter or 2, see how I feel. The next one I'm literally so excited about because it is a new release that I've been anticipating, and that is A Land So Wide by Aaron A. Craig. I was honestly shocked that they had this in stock. I had assumed that this was going to be checked out, but I got lucky. I have never read an Aaron A. Craig book yet, but I believe they do write young adult fantasy, kind of horror, more just like gothic, darker fantasy. And if I can remember correctly, this one follows our main character and some dude that she's either like about to marry or is just like romantically involved with. They are in a town that its borders are surrounded basically by these like forests that inhabit some monsters or something. One day, our main character's beloved, I believe, gets like dragged into the forest or something, and so I think she has to like go in the forest to go find him. I don't know exactly, but it sounds like a perfect spooky season read, and I'm very excited to get to it. Next, this one is actually one that I have checked out before but didn't get to it, and that is The Blood Trials. This is a, I think, like sci-fi fantasy young adult, blending fantasy and science fiction. N.E. Davenport's fast-paced, action-packed debut kicks off a duology of loyalty and rebellion in which a young black woman must survive deadly trials in a racist and misogynistic society to become an elite warrior. I feel like I've seen really good reviews about this book, so I'm very interested to see if it's kind of my vibe. I feel like I usually like science fiction and fantasy, like when it's mixed, so I have high hopes. The next one that I got is The Folklore of Forever, and this is by Sarah Hogle. I got it because India Holton blurbed it, and India Holton is the author of The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love and The Geographer's Map to Romance. First of all, this cover is literally so cute. So it follows our main character, Zelda Tempest. She is a paranormal skeptic. She's hoping for a much needed creativity boost for a new supernatural mystery novel. There is a charming next door neighbor man who is hoping to help cure our main character's writer's block. So our cutie man neighbor ropes our main character into a ghost hunting romp only for Zelda to discover something else entirely. Bizarre, never before seen creatures that appear as ordinary pets to everybody else. So Zelda and Morgan, the nice looking man next store. They embark on a quest to uncover what truly lies in their midst, and perhaps, just maybe, they'll find that the magic they're searching for has been with them all along. I think it's gonna be like a fun, funny, cozy, kind of witchy fantasy type of book, which sounds like a good time. Next we have All That Shimmers. I think a few of these are new releases. This one I believe is kind of like a magical historical fiction, maybe a little bit fantasy. It follows our main character, Vanessa. She is a nanny, and this is all happening while World War I is in effect. So our main character enjoys summering with her wealthy Boston employers at a glamorous lakeside resort. There she meets Avery, a gentle botanist, and Ned, a dashing aristocrat. Raised in a brutal orphanage, Vanessa dreams of being part of a close family like Avery's, but Ned's charm and privileged world are intoxicating. While confronting an agonizing decision, she discovers an enchanted grove in the forest where enigmatic water nymphs and a fairy prophecy inspired her to be bold. But there's a price for breaking society's rules. When the Spanish flu starts killing people she cares about, Vanessa's choices will either bring her close to the love and family she craves or drag her into more danger than she ever imagined. I love a good historical fantasy slash fiction, and the fact that this one has fairies and nymphs, I think it's just gonna be a fun, good time. Hopefully. I don't know, this could end up being really dark. I don't know. Next, I got Parasite by Darcy Coates. First of all, I did not even know that Darcy Coates wrote science fiction. I know that they are a pretty well-known horror author, and I know I said that I wasn't going to read horror, but I don't know, I feel like this one looks very interesting. So the synopsis on this one says, when a guard discovers an unusual life form on her remote moon outpost, she disregards protocol to investigate, with catastrophic consequences. The parasitic alien wears its victims' skins and adopts their personalities. It mimics the way they talk, the way they look, the way they act. It's the perfect disguise. And by the time humanity realizes it's facing extinction, it's already too late. As the alien's ruthless progress collapses communication networks, wipes out defenses, and leaves hundreds of stations to fend for themselves, a handful of remarkable individuals must find a way to battle the greatest threat the universe has ever encountered, or die trying. It sounds so intense. And honestly, this sounds like something that I'm really interested in right now for some reason. I just want a sci-fi. I've been in the mood for a sci-fi lately, something that's like fast-paced, but like out of this world, kind of. I don't know. Sounds fun. Also, kind of terrifying though. And on the complete flip side of those vibes, we have a very cozy mystery called The Carrot Cake Murder. These books, I feel like I've seen in all the bookstores and all the used bookstores. I believe they're just very cozy murder mysteries. This one, I believe, if I can remember correctly, follows a girl who I believe owns like a bakery or something. There's a family reunion of sorts, and an estranged uncle comes to visit and like hang out with the family after I think like 25 years of not being there. And then he ends up dead. They end up finding the uncle's body hunched over some carrot cake that I believe our main character baked, but the dude has like an ice pick in his chest or something, like just something crazy and absurd. So I believe it's up to our characters to figure out who the killer was. It just, I don't know, it sounds like a good time. It sounds silly. Very fall, even though I think this actually takes place during summer. I think any kind of cozy baking mystery, it just gives fall vibes to me. So that is my book haul from the library. I'm hoping I get to at least a handful of these before I have to return them, but oh, you never know. So now that we've gone through our book haul, now I need to go and make a TBR jar. I got this super cute little pumpkin jar, and I'm going to put, I don't know if I want to do a mix of TBR prompts, like fall related prompts, or if I want to just like write down all of my fall TBR and just put down like the book titles in here, or maybe I'll do both. So whenever I use this jar, I'll not only be picking actual TBR prompts like read a red book, I'll actually have the book titles as well as TBR prompts. I feel like that'll make it fun. So maybe I'll do that. Either way though, I do need to start on this because I am going to be using it for an upcoming video. Very fun, very exciting. Okay, I actually just went on a walk because I needed some outdoor time for today, get my movement in, but now I am sat. I have all of my fall prompts and fall books written out, so I do need to just cut these out and then put them in my little pumpkin jar. But I wanted to kind of go through some of the prompts that I'm doing. They're all fall related. So first I have leaves, trees, or a forest on the cover, and then I have academia or campus setting, cozy witchy book. And by cozy witchy book, I mean something like the very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, something just like fun and cozy like that, nothing like scary witchy. And then I have food on the cover or in the story. So for example, this could be like Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, or like a Fellowship of Bakers and Magic because it's like about baking. I have small town vibes, orange, red, or yellow on the cover, moon or stars on the cover, a book with a month or season in the title. I don't know if I have a whole lot of books with seasons or months in the title. I know I have Killing November, which is like a young adult mystery thriller. So other than that, I'm gonna have to get creative for that prompt specifically. Then I have Feels Like Sweater Weather. So this could be anything that's like comfy cozy, or it could even be a book that I just really want to like get cozy with, even though the book itself might not be cozy, but one that just makes me want to get like cozy down and reading, if that makes sense. I have school or library vibes, which kind of goes alongside academia or campus setting, but I feel like school or library vibes is a little bit different, maybe. Like if there's like a great library, or if there's like a magical library, something like that. House or cabin on the cover, which I can't really think of. Actually, there might be a few like mystery thrillers that have houses or cabins on the cover, or I could definitely see like a romance having that. Talks about baking, so stuff like A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, something like that. I'm really just trying to get those same vibes because I love that book so much. And then my last one is just like a cozy fantasy. For the books that I am putting as prompts and cutting out, I have Cider Shop Rules, Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, Crooked Kingdom, Ogress and the Orphans, Night Circus, Lonely Castle in the Mirror, Queen of Blood, A Natural History of Dragons, Wild Huntress, An Ember in the Ashes, Head Cases, The Teller of Small Fortunes, House on Foster Hill, A Carne, I think is how you say it, Last Call at the Local, A Land So Wide, and Starling House. All of these I feel like in some way just give fall vibes. I think the ones I'm most excited for out of this like group of books is An Ember in the Ashes, A Carne, maybe Queen of Blood, because I do love Sarah Beth Durst and I am really interested to see how she does like a normal fantasy series, and probably Crooked Kingdom. Even though I don't remember a whole lot of what happened in Six of Crows, I am going to have to do like a recap of that book, but I've heard literally nothing but amazing things about Crooked Kingdom, so very, very excited for that. I'm now going to cut these out, put them in the pumpkin jar, and then after that, I don't know if I want to try and organize my bookshelf a little bit. Maybe I just need to like clean the shelves off, because it's been a hot minute since I took like a rag or something and like actually cleaned the shelves, and I know they accumulate dust pretty quickly, so I might do that. I also know that I need to update my reading journal, but I still need to print out all the little books to go in the reading journal, so maybe I'll just make the spread and then print out the books at a later date to then add in. But I definitely want to get some cute like fall spreads going, so I'll probably work on that as well. Okie dokie, so I did finish a few cutie little spreads. I think I already showed some of these to you guys, but I can't remember which ones I already showed and which ones I did not. I think I already showed you this one, but if you didn't see that video, I did make a little like fall TBR spread. So that is what this one looks like. I am most excited for whatever that magical guide to innkeeping is up there. And then Immortality over here, I'm really excited for as well. I still need to actually get a witch's guide to magical innkeeping. I don't own it, but I would like to, because I did give the first book, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, I think I gave that 5 stars. So I'm assuming and hoping that the other book is also going to be 5 stars. And then I also started on my spooky season TBR, except for this is quite literally all I have so far. I do need to print out some more books, but considering October is actually pretty close, I do need to finish this as soon as possible. And then this is my other like October TBR spread. I do like doing a TBR on this side and then a calendar on the other side. That way it just helps keep me organized. I have the books I want to read plus the videos that I want to film. So that's been super fun. And then the ones that I did today, I did a little like lifestyle spread. So these are some like video ideas that I have for my lifestyle channel. And then I also really want to do a summer wrap up. So I did some like cloud paper and then some sun paper up top. This is not my best spread by far. It's not very good, but I just wanted a place to put all of my summer reads and see like what I rated everything. So I feel like I had a lot of really good reads the last couple months. And then then I also made a Kindle Unlimited TBR spread. Like I said, I need to actually go and like print off the pictures of the books, but this is my Kindle Unlimited TBR spread. I just wanted a place where I could put all of my Kindle Unlimited books that I want to read, because I feel like I always scroll through like the Kindle Unlimited books, but I always forget what's on Kindle Unlimited and what's not. So I think having a place where I could put those specific books would be great, because obviously I don't own them physically, but I need to remember what's on there so I don't like go buy one that's on Kindle Unlimited. So those are the spreads that I worked on tonight. I don't think I'm going to try and like organize my bookshelf or anything, because I did just do a bookshelf organization and tour when I got these bookshelves not too long ago. So I don't think I'm due for a reorganization yet, but probably next month I will, just so I can kind of rotate seasonally what books I want to read. And I know that I am working my way through my fall TBR right now, so I know that I will need to swap some books out for the ones I'm reading. So yeah, that's about it for this little vlog. We did accomplish a pretty fun and productive bookish reset in the last 24 hours. It's more been like 30 hours, like a day and a half. Let me know what is on your guys' bookish to-do list. Do you have a book journal? Do you not have a book journal? Where are you at on your reading goal? Do you have books you need to unhaul? Let me know down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.